Hey, what's up, Tech? A quick demo video for you for your Saberforge Archon. I know this has been quite the journey for you, so I tried to get this done as quickly as I could. You had tried to send me this before and it got lost in the mail, and then luckily showed back up at your house a few months later, and then you tried again. So when I got this, I set right to it. All right, it's installed the CFX. You got a 2-button setup here. You did send me most of everything except for the speaker, so I put a Smuggler's Outpost 28mm speaker in here, and I switched out your Bluetooth module, and I'll talk to you about that here in a second. But of the three switches that you sent, I just used the first two, right? So your front switch here will be your power, your back switch will be your auxiliary. I left your blade plug in there for now just to show you it's got some shine through, but it does have a stock V3 Neopixel connector in there. And then how to get to your chassis is you just want to unscrew the pommel right here. All right, so we'll unscrew this. Put this off to the side. You'll see your speaker right there. Take it in one hand and then cup your other hand and go like this, and it'll pop right out. You've got a Smuggler's Outpost 14-pin PCB set in there, so that stays in there. I used the SO version. I did not use the version that you sent me, so I went ahead and I kept that. We just did an even swap. Okay, they do the same thing. So you get that PCB in there. Your Bluetooth module. So you have a BT909 module in here. The only difference between this one and the one that you sent me is the one that you sent me has the breakout board on it, so it's a little bit easier to solder to. The downside of that is it makes the footprint of the actual component bigger. So I went ahead and I kept this, and I gave you this other one. I'm going to open this up so I can show you what I'm talking about. All right. Same exact module that you've got in this chassis right here, except the only difference with yours is you've got it, soldered to the stock breakout board. So you can solder everything from here. It makes it a little bit easier. But I needed that low profile to go ahead and fit nicely into the chassis, so I just used this one. All right. CFX board right here. So you do have easy access to both your micro USB and your SD card, though it's a lot easier to come in here with your SD card and just pop it in and out with your finger, just like that. Pop it in and out like that. You can do everything you need to do from the SD card. All right. That 28mm Smuggler's Outpost speaker I was telling you about. And of course, I gave you a removable battery, and you asked for a kill switch. You sent me 2 different kill switches of different voltage types. So I took the right one out. I put the other one back in your bag. I have a bag of various parts here that I didn't use that I'll send back. So you got your switch in there, that other kill switch. You've got a couple different types of switches, and then all your battery terminals. I didn't use any of that, so it'll all go back to you. All right. But removable battery, kill switch over here. Let's throw a battery in it. You will need a 18650 keep power battery. This one doesn't have the sticker on, but this one does. If you need a link to these, let me know. So it looks like that. All right. Using a 3120 milliamp battery, a 3000 milliamp battery would be fine. I went a step up because on the Keep Power website, they're out of the 3000 milliamp, but the 3120 gives you just a little bit more runtime. All right. So we'll throw a battery in here, spring side for the negative side of your battery. I do suggest taking the battery off the sticker, though, when you buy a brand new one. So we'll throw that in there. Come over here and flip our switch. The Saber is super loud. All right, so now that's powered on. You could throw this chassis in here any way you want, as long as this side obviously goes first. All right, so we'll throw it right in there. When you push it in, don't push on the speaker drum. Just push the edge of the speaker, and then come over here with the pommel, screw that in. Let the pommel do all the work. All right, so the pommel is what actually pushes the chassis forward and lines it up with all of those 14 pins up top and makes it to where, it's ready to rock. So once that is screwed in tightly, come over here and hit power. There's a shine through in your blade plug. Auxiliary over here. Loud. Oh. I'm used to Profi. I did not mess with the config, so it has a standard font package on it. You can go in and add or subtract fonts if you like, or change your config around. But before I put a blade in, or actually let's throw a blade in first, and then I'll show you that the Bluetooth module works. On this Saber, you have two different grub screws. All right, if you look at it here, you got a grub screw right here. Do not mess with that guy. That's holding in a piece of a chassis right here, and it stays in place and it's clocked exactly where it needs to be. So leave that one alone. But this guy over here is your blade retention. All right, so you got plenty of blade depth. You see your stock Neopixel connector way down there. So plenty of blade depth. This takes a 1-inch diameter blade. As I was wiring up the CFX, it looks like it was used before in a previous project. And I was looking at the config, and there were some changes to the config made. So you're probably familiar with CFX already. All right, so we'll put that blade in, lock it down, hit power. Go to another sound font by holding down auxiliary.
Sound bank selection.
Beta.
Audio player.
Beta unhinged.
Let's go through the Bluetooth settings. So you will need to get an app called ForceSync, and it looks like that. All right, so the ForceSync app, it'll pop up. The first time you use it, a screen will pop up right before this one, and it will ask you for a passcode and then to hit pair. Don't put a passcode in, just go ahead and hit the pair button. All right, you don't need a passcode. And then it will come to this screen. Right here, it's finding everything that it can connect to. It says FSC BT 909, so go ahead and click on that. You'll come to this screen. You'll have a series of boards you can press, but the first option is CFX, so just go ahead and tap on that. It'll bring you to the remote control. So we're going to go up to remote control. I'll hold this here with the switches in plain sight and hit power. Clash. Some swing sounds. You can control the volume as well, so we can go all the way down to nothing. Turned it down to 0. We can go just, to halfway and work our way back up to 100%. Turn it off, just like that. All right, I'll go ahead and put that off to the side. I just wanted to show you that that worked. So again, flash on flash.
Sound bank selection.
Just like that. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll take the blade out of here real quick. Pop that off, and then while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and put your blade plug in too, so I don't forget it. When we're done, we'll just come over here and unscrew the pommel. Again, take this in one hand and cup your other hand. Go like that once or twice, and then you can pull it right out. All right, and then just come over here and flip your kill switch off. CFX also has a deep sleep mode, so you don't necessarily have to do that, but if you want that for that peace of mind, you can. And then if you ever want to take the battery out from the positive side over here by the speaker, you can pop it out with your finger just like that. All right, and that is basically your Saberforge Archon. So let me know if everything makes sense to you, and I will try to get this out to you first thing Monday morning. Thanks.